We're in Los Angeles, California.
Where are we headed?
Utah.
Where in Utah?
Somewhere in Utah.
Salt Lake City. I'm going to keep everything simple today. Just the simple, pretty drive coming out of Southern California, Los Angeles, heading for Utah. It's currently 59 degrees. I am stopped here at a Flying J. It's called Whiskey Beats Travel Center and Flying J. And it's right on I-15. We're heading for Salt Lake City on this trip from Southern California. Look at this view. We are in Nevada, so we can go for 55, which is great. But I just think that is an awesome sight right there. Okay, this scene right here just gets more and more dramatic and beautiful. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is just stunning. Look how it looks like God is talking to the Conway truck right there, just shining right on the Conway truck. That is just gorgeous. Heading for Vegas and then on to Salt Lake City. That's the plan. Look over here. Whiskey Pete's. This place was in a dust storm when I got here. Absolute. Cannot see dust storm. It's Whiskey Pete. I wasn't on camera much today, but that's okay. There are times just for that. I hope you enjoyed the super wide view of California traffic, then California beauty, and California dust storm.
600 feet.
So we're going to be going through Las Vegas, and depending on what time that happens, I'll turn the camera on just so you can see. Okay, coming into Las Vegas. I have the GoPro on super wide. Let's see what we can see in Las Vegas on super wide at this time of day. Here's South Point. This is the furthest southern point of the strip, I think. It's been a long time since I've been here. I used to live here, but that was back when it was still the wild, wild west. It was desert. We're talking 1978 and 9. Yeah, it was still the wild, wild west.
Keep to the right on I-15.
People actually walked around with guns. I could tell you some stories. Okay, I will tell you one story. I was standing in a room with my manager, whose name was Maceo Anderson. He was a big star in the late 40s. He was a part of a dance group called Four Steps. And people opened for this dance group, the names that you will know, like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, opened in Vegas for this black dance group. And Maceo had a small dance studio here in Las Vegas, and that's where I first met him. And he was a wonderful manager, and he would take me to the hotels to see these different shows and meet people, talk to people. I got to sing with Frank Sinatra. I was like 18 and Frank Sinatra was rehearsing for his show that night, and I went up on stage with him during the rehearsal and sang My Funny Valentine with him in the 70-piece orchestra. And of course I was like, it was unbelievable. I also got to meet Duke Ellington and Tony Bennett and Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis and all of these guys. And I'd go backstage, and the people who surrounded these particular stars were very scary people. Very scary people. Maceo and I had an appointment one afternoon, and he says, Andrea, I have to stop by this apartment and pick up a check. Do you mind coming along? And I'm like, no, of course not. So we get to the apartment, and there was a comedian at that time in Las Vegas named Slappy White, and Red Fox was there, Maceo, myself, and then these three other guys came into the apartment. Now there's like 7 of us, and I'm standing back against the wall, waiting for Maceo to finish his business, and all of a sudden there's like a disagreement, and these 6 guys, except for Maceo, he's the only one who did not pull a gun. Everyone else pulled a gun, and they were all standing in a circle with guns drawn, and I'm like, this is crazy, because everyone in here is going to get shot. And I was standing up against the wall. I didn't know what to do. It was the craziest moment. I just stood there and waited and held my breath, and shortly sanity returned. Maceo was the sanest person in the room. First of all, he didn't have a gun. He didn't carry a gun. He's the one who got everyone to calm down and put their weapons away. But it was nuts. It was nuts. But that's how it was in Las Vegas for a very long time. It probably still is. It's just better hidden. I don't know. But here it is, Las Vegas. There's the Bellagio from the movie Ocean's 11. Of course, it existed before the movie. Here's Caesar's Palace. That has a very cool, it's called the Hall of Statues, and it is well worth seeing if you come to Vegas. I'm sure it's changed and improved, though, as time has passed. Quite sure. Well, we just hit Cedar City, Utah, and there's a nice driving snow going on up here. It's 33 degrees currently. Came from 87 degrees in California up to 33 here in Utah, and snow. Rain that turned to snow. Excellent. This is fun. You headed?
That's too much information.
That's cold, cold, cold. How's that?
And I didn't break that one either. I don't believe it. So there's only 2?
Yes, just 2.
Look at this. That's